is done by a gentleman called Enzimbo Brown in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. And why it's very special to my office and special to be in Taiwan is because it's Garifuna man. Now, remember I did say to you the Garifuna people were the indigenous people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the Garifuna chief, Paramount Chief Joseph Chartier, is our sole national hero. So this is a representation, as it were, of our sole national hero, and our artist is entitled the Garifuna man. As I said, this is banana art, dried banana leaves, have been used to make this piece of art. What we have over here is a representation of our national bird, the national bird of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a parrot. This is from one of our past students, Cordero Telesford. Okay, he done a master's degree here to celebrate our 40th anniversary. And this is what there are two young ladies in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who have never been to Taiwan. Okay. They won this competition with this piece of work. Wow. So they captured the slogan. This was their slogan. This was the winning slogan, right? Friendship, freedom, prosperity. And this was, they put together these pictures. Wow. As soon as I saw it come through, I said, this is a winner. You know, everything just came together. So you recognize Taiwan, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
And the logo is also creative.
Look at that. Isn't that lovely?
Holding hands.
Yeah. They have, this is lovely. This just
beautiful.
Brings it all together.
Yes.
Always impressed by the fact that, as I said, they had never been to Taiwan, but look at their ages. They have grown up with Taiwan. They have grown up being aware of Taiwan's role in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, such that they were able to come to, to produce something like this. When we sent out that competition, we want a slogan, we want a logo, our 40th anniversary, and this is what they came up with.
So are the schools, a lot of the schools talk about Taiwan?
Yes.
News?
That's a good trigger for me. Let me just say, in 2008, Taiwan, the Embassy of Taiwan at home, they started a program to the value of $100,000 where they would distribute to primary, secondary, and tertiary level institutions certain sums of money amounting to $100,000. Distribute this money to schools so that the students could be assisted with transportation, utensils, I'm sorry, when I say utensils, books and so on, and nutrition to be able to come to school, right? At these 3 levels. So that's the sum. So they started that in 2008. It continued right up to 2017, where $100,000 was increased to $200,000. So think about this, Stephany. Now, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have just under 110,000 people. Think about this program existing for all of this time, impacting all of these students at these different levels of education. You realize how many families and students in St. Vincent have been impacted by that program. So then there's no question as to what Taiwan means to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When you impact people's children, when you make contributions to children's schooling and education, you impact their families for life. You see, and I think this is what has taken place. Diplomatic Corps, that's
2020.
It was 2020.
You've been the longest ambassador in Taiwan?
Yes, right now I am. Right now I am. But right now I am. But we have had ambassadors who have served here for 15, 17 years. Now at this time in 2020, you notice something? These are all ambassadors. At that time, Taiwan had 15 diplomatic allies and 9 were female ambassadors. We had 9. That's the most we ever had.
See yourself staying for another?
Well, I like Taiwan so much. I like Taiwan so much.
I told her Taiwan has something. It's not easy to explain.
I call her princess. This was made by one of our students. And of course you realize national colors, our flag and so on.
There's a lot more magazines.
Yes, we have more Taiwan magazines. We keep magazines where we are featured in different ways and so on. Stuff. Oh, this was from a school. I had done a poetry presentation at a school, Nanshan. It was on comparative poetry, 2 poems from Saint Vincent the Grenadines. Right, so I quite enjoyed myself doing that.
Reading poems.
I
or writing?
did
You read it?
comparative poetry. I read both of them.
I know there's also this book, which is a award-winning.
Just got that yesterday
Did you get to
from
read it yet?
Taiwan. No, I had read about it because I've been reading the reviews. Excellent.
Do you have a favorite book
Ever?
ever?
I have favorite aspects of different authors. I don't have a favorite book. There are different things of different authors that I
Right.
like, but
Not one.
no.
Yeah.
I like writing. I just like writing. So there are different pieces of writing that I,
like
particular. What happens in here is that Taiwanese students and Vincentian students here, they use the room in lots of different ways. For example, Taiwanese students have borrowed texts from here to whatever little different projects they want to do, and borrowed and brought back. All Vincentian students come, they borrow, but also some of them come and lock the door and sit down and read. Right? Close the door and come just to get a quiet space. Right? So,
Good place to learn English
yes.
and Chinese too.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Thank you. And thanks for the interview.